some cat-cows, table first, and then take your cat and cows. Inhale, look forward, let the belly totally relax. Exhale, look in, rounding like a cat, chin to the chest. 3 more rounds like this. Slide the right leg forward, both hands inside the right foot. Slide the left knee back until you feel a stretch in the front of the left thigh. So we're going to be holding for like 5 seconds on everything today. We might linger in some others longer. Now, you're going to either stay like this or come onto the forearms, and you could be on a block, a book, a cushion, or the floor. Take hold of the right knee with the crook of the right elbow. And you're going to come all the way over like a bit of a twist onto the left hip and feel a stretch in the waist. And maybe look over the right shoulder for even more. From here, Vishnu's couch. You can stay like this. You can grab your knee, or you can grab the toe with yogi toe lock. So peace fingers, index, middle, thumb around big toe. Left foot is flexed. 5 breaths here. And then we're going to just take the right foot onto the floor, sit up. Left toes face the sky. I'm going to scooch you over a little bit. And then the right arm comes inside the right knee, and you're going to come onto your sitting bones, push this elbow into this thigh or knee until you feel a stretch in the right hip. And then you can even look over to the left a little. We're going to back out of this the way we came in. So you're just going to roll the left outer foot down. Come onto the left forearm. Take either the knee, legs on top for sort of like a modified side plank here, or Vishnu's couch. Back to our lounge lunge by taking the right foot to the top of the mat. You're still on this forearm here. Crook of the elbow around the right knee, looking over right shoulder. Both hands inside right foot, knee down lunge. Both hands inside the right foot. And back to all fours. Just kind of wag the tail here. Just move that around. Left foot forward, knee down lunge. Both hands inside left foot. Big, nice, deep breaths. Feeling in for the right hip here. Feeling the front of the right hip here. Now lounge lunge, right forearm down either on the floor, block, bolster, pillow, cushion. Left crook of the elbow around the left knee. Come all the way over onto the right hip. Waist stretch. Look over the left shoulder. Now to Vishnu's couch, or that modified side plank where you're just here on the forearm, or here, or here's Vishnu's couch. The right foot, that's the underneath leg, is flexed. So the toes are flexing back towards your face. That's giving you more of a base that way. Left foot now down on the floor, and you're coming up to a seat, and the left outer arm is on the inside of the left knee or thigh, and then you're pressing that away. You're pressing the foot, the knee away, the inner knee, but you're also pressing the knee into the arm. So you're getting a stretch in the left hip. Now we're coming back around. Vishnu's couch. Flexing right foot. Forearm is your base. Bringing that foot all the way up for your lounge lunge. Big stretch in the whole right side of the body, starting at the hip into the waist, that like psoas muscle that wraps around the low back. And into the mid back actually. Then regular old knee down lunge, both hands inside left foot. And then all fours. So we're going to do that all again, and we're going to add on a couple times. So we're staying very low the whole time, like I said. Cat cow, inhale, stretch your belly out here. Exhale, round. 2 more. Last one, and this time let's push up for a down dog, just to walk that out a little. Let your head kind of dangle down here. Really pedal through slowly so that you stretch the back of the legs. And then right foot forward, knee down lunge. If you want, you could do knee up lunge now, but I'm going for knee down myself. Now lounge lunge. Forearm down, crook of the elbow around right knee, coming onto the left thigh and even into the hip for a deeper stretch of the left waist, up, even right up into the lower rib, that last rib. You might feel the stretch there. Vishnu's couch, or your variation. Make sure that bottom leg is flexed, the bottom toes, that is. Maybe you look up now. Now we're changing this up. So you can do this here like we did sitting up stretching, or you're going to take this foot and leave it there. Instead of sitting up, you're going to come up and you're going to lift this bottom leg 5 times. Then lower that leg, flex that foot, Vishnu's couch, 5 breaths. Now we're taking, excuse me, half frog. So you're coming around and the right knee is coming directly out from the right hip. Then the right foot comes under the right knee. I'm going to show you on this side so you see what I'm talking about. So it's like a 90-degree angle. The knee comes right out of the hip, and then the foot goes right down below the knee. Flex that foot. This is your half frog. I'm going to switch sides again. So the knee comes up. It's like when you're in bed, right? And you're getting all cozy and you kind of bring your knee up and then you come over onto your head there on your pillow. It's very cozy, right? 3 more breaths. From here, we're going to go for a half bow pose. So let's take this left arm, the forearm, parallel the short edge of the mat. You're going to bring this knee back underneath and the toes face sky. And then you're going to reach back for that ankle. So it's a quad stretch. The front of the thigh is getting a nice stretch. Your foot doesn't need to touch your bottom. It's just in the air, and then maybe you pull it down deeper. It depends on you and your body. Carefully let go of that leg. Either all fours or down dog between sides. I'm going to do a down dog. And then I'm going left side. First, knee down lunge. Right knee is down. Left foot is the lead leg. And then I'm going to come down lower. I'm not going for the lounge lunge yet. I'm still in my knee down lunge. So when you're in your regular knee down lunge, you're squared off to the top of the mat. Now I'm moving to my lounge lunge where I come onto my waist and the bottom of the waist, we'll call it, and the hip. Curling in the crook of the elbow to the knee, looking over left shoulder. Vishnu's couch, taking hold of the toes, flexing the bottom leg, the foot. I keep wanting to say flexing the leg. Well, I guess you're flexing the leg if you're hugging the muscle to the bone. The option after Vishnu's couch, your variation to sit up and take that stretch, or stand the forearm, use the left foot, and 5 lifts with the right leg. Come back down to Vishnu's couch. 5 breaths. Now half frog. So you know when you're in bed like this, right? Who doesn't sleep like this? So we do want to feel a stretch in the front of the left hip, in the groin even, but don't press too hard because you don't want to overstretch that area. That could be painful. Now we're going to join in for a full frog. You're going to bring the other leg up. I suggest maybe coming onto the knees first a little bit because you're going to be with your tush kind of up in the air unless you're super flexible and you can come all the way down, which I cannot do. It might be nice if you're on carpet or turned on the long side of the mat. I'm on wood and it's not the most comfortable thing. Now coming out of your frog, come to all fours, and we're going to do a cow face or a double pigeon. So I'm going to go cow face. I'm going to bring my right knee behind my left, and then I'm going to sit all the way down. I'm going to face you so you see what it looks like. So it's knee over knee. If you prefer, double pigeon would be calf over other calf. Either way is fine. You're getting a stretch in the hip. And we're just going to keep the arms down. So normally in a cow face pose, you might also do a tricep stretch, which you're totally free to do, but I'm going to leave the arms out and just take this into a very sort of relaxed hip stretch. We'll linger here a little longer than 5 seconds. To come out of this, go to all fours. So just come onto the knees and then bring your left knee behind the right and sit back down for your cow face on the other side. Again, if you prefer, you can take that double pigeon, which is calf over calf. In any case, I would flex the feet. So it does sort of strengthen around the knees when you do that and protects the knee joint. Stomach is in here. And then instead of going to all fours, we're going to take our hands behind. I'm going to take the feet. Oops, I lost my little mic setup here. Hang on one second. Take the feet flat on the floor for a reverse tabletop. So you're going to have knees right over ankles. Totally up to you what you do with your head. You can look between the knees forward. You can let your head go back. 5 breaths here. Try not to sag in the lower belly. Use your gluteus muscles to hold you up. Very slowly come back down. And take the soles of the feet together for butterfly. Supta Baddha Konasana. Well, actually, it's not Supta. That would be laying down. It's just Baddha Konasana. Bound angle instead of reclined bound angle. And then depending how you feel, you could have your feet more away from you if your hips feel tight, or if your hips feel pretty open from everything that we've been doing, you could bring your feet closer, and then you could take hold of the toes or feet. And we'll go 10 seconds here. We're going to come in for another reverse tabletop. Feet flat, knees up to the sky. Lift your hips up again, wherever you want your head. You can hold it up, let it go back. From here, you're going to take the right ankle over the left knee and sit right down. And then you're going to come in pretty close. I like to turn my hands away now, so my fingers would be facing behind me. And I go to the place where I feel the stretch in the right outer hip. Now I'm going to turn my hands either sideways or forward again for my reverse table. And then other side. Left ankle over right knee, sit back down. Turning my hands back again, coming a little closer to the ankle, sitting up tall as I can till I feel that stretch in the outer left. Back to our reverse tabletop. And bottom down, legs wide now. So moving any flesh out of the way so that you feel the sitting bones on the floor. Sit up tall so the back is straight as you can get it. And reaching for the ankles, calves, maybe big toes. Still keeping your back pretty straight. Pull the belly to the spine to protect your low back and keep going with the back straight all the way. Chin leads towards floor. When you feel the most feedback behind your legs, stop there and just feel into that stretch. We're going to go through the whole thing one more time. Sit up tall. Just cross the legs. Come back, downward facing dog. Pedal through. Shake the head, no and yes. Right leg forward. Knee down lunge. Longer holds now, beyond 5 seconds. Coming in for a lounge lunge, forearm down, elbow around right knee, onto the left thigh. Maybe you're now into the waist more. And you can really press the waist into the floor and look over the right shoulder. Vishnu's couch. First, flex the bottom foot. Lift the right leg up. Your choice. You're either putting that foot down and taking that stretch with the arm, or you're lifting 10 times now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Back down. Vishnu's couch. Nice break there. From Vishnu's couch is where we go into our half frog. So you're coming onto the belly. Maybe the forearms are like a sphinx pose. Hello there, sir. Half frog on the right. Hi. Now half bow pose, coming onto the left forearm, reaching back for the right foot. And then really come around and square off the hips. Pull the heel towards the bottom. Hello. Okay. Release that foot. Press up, either all fours or downward facing. And then take the left foot forward. First, we're in knee down lunge, 10 seconds. Lounge lunge, right forearm down, hook it around, come on to the right side of the waist, hip, look over left shoulder. So keep turning. It's very much like a twist until you feel the most stretch in that right waist and hip, where you're getting it the most, and then you pause there. And then Vishnu's couch. Flex right foot, left leg up. Then you're taking the left foot outside and you're either sitting up for that big hip opener, or you're with me, take left hand on the waist, lift up 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, woo, 1. And then Slowly come down, Vishnu's couch. If you're not situated right, you kind of roll off. There's a dog in my way too. God forbid I should shoo him away, right? Back to our half frog. So you're coming onto the belly first. Pull that knee up. You're on your both forearms. Now we're coming in for our full frog. Thank you for laying down. I appreciate that. From full frog, come back onto the belly. Take your half bow on the left. And then after we take our half bow on the left, we're going to come in for a full bow pose. Dear, 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 such a busy animal. Take a big breath right here. Inhale. And on your exhale, reach back around. Now pull the both knees towards each other, inner thighs towards each other, and lift up. Very slowly release. Keep the knees bent. Come back onto the forearms and just windshield wiper side to side. Ha! Take some nice breaths. Clear it all away. Coming in for all fours, and then we're taking our cow face or double pigeon. So right knee behind left, sitting all the way down. And if you want now, you can take left hand over right elbow, but keep your head up. So you don't want to be with the neck stretched forward. You want to keep pushing the back of the head into the arms. Sitting up tall, pressing both hips into the floor. So it's a bit of a flow class in that we're repeating and we're flowing through poses and we're repeating them like a vinyasa class. But we're not doing all that, you know, standing, jumping back to your plank, to the floor and down dog situation. You can come to all fours to switch, or you can put your hands behind you and then just switch legs that way. Make sure you're knee over knee. And now would be the opposite arm. Same thing, make sure you push the back of the head into the arms. Stomach is in, sitting up tall, heart is lifted, chest is lifted. Pressing your both sitting bones into the floor. And release the arms and coming right in for your reverse tabletop. So option to do reverse table or straight legs now. And then sitting down, butterfly bound angle. So now I can really pull my heels closer because my hips are super open from all of these hip openers, all those knee down lunges we did. And then we did the frog, of course, that's a huge hip opener. Bow pose is more in the front of the thighs into the quads and hamstrings. And it's a big back bend, of course. And just bounce a little. Opening up through the hips even more. Stomach in. Back to our reverse table. You know what's coming. Right ankle over left knee. Sit back down. Get close. So the hands should be pretty close, and then move that foot back for an even bigger hip stretch. And you can turn your hands away. And that way you can use your mat, gripping your mat to push energetically forward. And flex that right foot. Press into the left foot, into the mat. Press your hands into the floor, but have a micro bend in the elbows. Now just switch the hands, turn them so the fingers face the other way. Lift back up, switch. Come back down, turn your hands around, press yourself away, getting that big hip stretch. And release. One more, reverse table or reverse plank. Slowly lower. If you are in reverse table, come in for a Dandasana, staff pose. Arms up and reach past the feet. Take hold of wherever you can. Ankles, calves, foot. Stomach is in, pulling to where you feel it behind the calves. And then we'll take either three options: easy seat, so crisscross, or accomplished seat, where you have the foot inside. It's kind of like a lotus. The foot's really inside where the calf and the thigh meet, and the other foot's under. Or ankle in front of ankle, like so. Any of those three, they're all easy seats. Any of those three easy seats, and then fold forward, coming onto the forearms. Excuse me. Slowly push up. Switch. Folding forward again. From here, make your way onto your back. Excuse me. Bring your knees into your chest. Take circles. Switch directions. Take happy baby, feet face sky. Take hold of outer or inner arch. Pull the knees down deep, either stay static or rock side to side. And we'll take a bridge pose. So feet flat on the floor, knees bend. Many choices. You can take your arms and just leave them off to the sides and lift the hips slightly up and just take a very sort of low bridge. I was going to say relaxed, but you still are working the legs. So if you're low, make sure that you're not sagging now in the low back. If you want more, you can lift the hips up higher and interlace the hands underneath, pulling shoulders next to each other. So the happy baby is a forward fold. This is a back bend. We'll do a twist next. All our counterbalances to each other. If your arms are interlaced, release. Slowly, bone by bone, coming onto the floor. Take your feet as wide as the mat and then bring both knees over to the left. Arms can stay exactly the way they are. You could spread them out further, and then maybe you look off to the right. And switch sides. Bring both knees over to the right, looking to the left. When you're ready, knees back up, and then finding your final Shavasana. Arms by your sides, legs out in front of you, palms face to the sky. Totally relax, slowing the breath. And come for a seat. Come to a seat. With your eyes closed, bring your hands upon your heart. The ocean would seem a burdensome place to a fish whose only home was his bowl. My bowl has shattered. I'm not sure who nudged it off the table, but I do know that two strange hands scooped me up and saved me. They gave me freedom by tossing me into the waves that nearly caused me to drown. That's what I mean when I say we tend to spit at life and curse this world for their unjust doings. Some fish just prefer the bowl. Thank you for being here this evening. Have a great night.